Hello, my name is Kelly. I spent 11 years as a Muslim. I left Islam last year. I left Islam because I realized that Islam was not the truth. I made the decision after 5 years of debating it and a lot of research, and I have a problem with several aspects of Islam. One, because I believe there's a lot of cruelty in Islam. There's a lot of things that are against my morals, and I'm a very, very moral person, and I could not do it. I believe that Islam needs to change because there's many, many flaws that does not fit with today's society. I believe that it promotes hatred and violence, and I believe that there's not enough done to stop this violence from continuing. I also was given a book by some friends, and also somebody else told me to read it, by a man named John Moscos. He wrote a book in the 600s called The Spiritual Meadow. The reason I bring up this book is in the 600s when it was published. It was the same year that the Prophet Muhammad had his spiritual revelations. And John Moscos, a lot of people don't know, was born in Damascus but was a monk in Jerusalem. And a lot of people also don't know that Khadijah, Muhammad's wife, also had a relative who was a monk in Jerusalem. Muhammad made many, many trips to Jerusalem because he was a caravan trader. And I believe, because a lot of these stories parallel some of the stories in the Quran, that Muhammad ripped John Moscos off. I also believe that there are other flaws in Islam, such as the aspects of slavery and stoning people, and there are just a lot of things like groups like ISIS, which has given Islam a bad name. I believe that ISIS is evil, and they're murderers and rapists, and a lot of people these days that are Muslim are following them. But these people who go and do these things are horrible and brainwashed with no futures. I, at one point, was a little bit brainwashed into believing that some of this stuff was okay. I will admit it, and I was wrong. I believe that I was taken advantage of, and I was very vulnerable at the time, and I was very young. And I didn't fully understand the entirety of Islam. I mean, I understood what the beliefs were and things like that, but there was more to it than what converts are told, which is just not cool as it is. I spent a year in Bahrain, which opened my eyes up to a lot of things. I believe that there just is so much that needs change in Islam. There's so much that needs people don't need to take things so literally. And just feelings get hurt, yes. And there's a lot of backbiting and bigotry in Islam. And there's things done in the name of Islam that are just terrible. I myself had come back to Catholicism, and I'm very proud of that fact. And then when I started digging deep into it, a lot of people were getting irritated at me because I was finding out things that I really wasn't told. And I really wish I was told. I think a lot of young people are misinformed. And to me, that's just like, oh my gosh, why are we not being told this when we're converting to Islam? How come we're being brainwashed like this? I really think that there needs to be reforms done. I'm glad that I left Islam. I'm glad that I spent time and learned about it and learned about the truth. I know that there are going to be death threats now that I made this video and that I made these comments, but I really don't care. I believe that maybe some young person thinking about Islam will do the research and to realize that there is more than what you're being told. Please, please heed my advice and don't trust Muslim men, because a lot of them are only after papers.